Oh, it's way too early. Been up for almost an hour with the jet lag and still coughing. All right, now we got about a 15-20 minute walk with my massive bag and my day bag. I tried to pack as light as possible. There's nothing really in that bag. There's a sleeping bag and a jacket, and that's taking up half the bag. I've got the drone, takes up another chunk in there. I think probably altogether I'm probably around 40 pounds, which is about 10 pounds heavier than I wanted. I'm not even sure if that counts the water. It's a eerie difference to the day when cars and bikes are whizzing by. Now all I've got is a few dogs barking, not a person or car to be seen at almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully no pack of wild dogs attacks me. Okay, in the bus with Germans, yeah?
Yes.
Now we're going to be packed in for the next 5 odd hours. We've had to stop because one of the group on our bus is puking his guts out. Better he's doing it outside than inside. This has been a hell road so far, super slow going. It's complete 4x4 for most of it. And we're in a little minivan. Made it to the standard tourist stop. We've got about 50 kilometers to go. Now it's snack time. It is 4:15. Should get there by 6. Probably make the 7 o'clock flight. It's a complete zoo of summit climbers with all their gear, different expeditions. Okay, after that brutal 5-hour bus ride through 4x4 road and twisty, curvy turns, and one guy puking, we've made it to the airport. And there is one of my rides. Managed to secure an earlier flight. It's only about 20 minutes. It's also flying into one of the most dangerous airports in the world, the Hillary Tenzing Airport in Lukla. But these pilots know what they're doing. It'll be okay. I'm here with Mustafa, who he's gonna subscribe to my channel, and he's also got his own Bushcraft channel, which is called
Mustafa Kemal Kurt.
It's Turkish. He was on Turkish Survivor. And how did you do? Did you win?
Normally my performance was good, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, was good, but they voted.
They voted you off.
Yeah, sending SMS for you. If you are popular, sending more SMS. If you are not,
okay.
no SMS.
You're too much of a risk because you know too much.
Yeah.
So poor Mustafa got voted off the island. Mustafa is one of those superhuman people. He was a pro rugby player for the Turkish national team. He's a bushcraftman, and now he's a trail runner, and he's going to be running up to Basecamp or something like that. Anyways, I will not be following him in his footsteps. This airport's a complete shit show. There's always flights delayed because it's very iffy weather. So my flight was originally supposed to leave at 7. I got on the 6:31. It's now 8, and I think, and that's me, 1551. So I'm off. There's 3 different airlines that fly in, and it's just mass chaos for when the plane's coming in and out, yelling and screaming in the waiting room of which flight's going to go on, and then everybody just running out to try and get on. Welcome to Lukla. Can't hear anything, my ears are all plugged. Oof.
Namaste, good morning, sir.
Namaste.
Namaste. No?
So behind me is all the porter guides lined up. So if you need one, you can always find one. And anywhere along the trail, I'm sure I'll be able to find one if I need one. And I probably will. My first test will be getting up these steps and then struggling for breath at almost 10,000 feet. Behind me is that tiny little landing strip. It's uphill, coming up, and downhill, off to the edge of a cliff. And Mustafa and I just had some breakfast. It's, what time is it? 9 o'clock.
9:45.
9:45.
Yeah,
So,
it's good time.
so Mustafa is going to accompany me for the first little bit, and then he's going to take off and do his own thing. He might have to be my Sherpa for the
Maybe we
first little
can do
bit
it
too.
together.
We'll trail run together. So the first stop is Phad King or something like that. Namche Bazaar is about 18 kilometers, but that's too much to tackle, I think, at this altitude right off the bat. So I'll go about halfway and do the rest tomorrow. The Pasang Lamu Gate, the start of the trek that will bring me joy and pain. Most likely agony with the weight of my bag. Start of the trek, you gotta get 2 cards. You need the trekking permit, this card here, and then the national park permit. They're both 3,000 rupees, which works out to about $30 Canadian. It's pretty easy for Canadian. It's about 1 to 10, so 1,000 rupees is 10 bucks. Okay, it's official. $60 later, my cards and everything. We've finally started on the rocky road on our way to heaven. First part of this trek is all downhill, so it's about, I think, 300 meters down, and then about 700 back up to Namche Bazaar. So where I'm staying tonight will be way down, and then so I'm losing all this altitude right off the bat. Kilos with whatever bag he's got. So probably 40, and me with half that in agony already with my hips. Okay, my first real challenge. For steepness, we've been going down with the weight on my hips, being at around 9,000 meters. Yeah, right off the bat. It's gonna be really slow going. I'm gonna have to shed some weight somehow in the next big town I stay at. How hard I tried to push him along, and so now he's offered to switch bags, so his bag's probably about 20 pounds lighter. So I'm gonna take him up for a little bit because we're all starting to go uphill now.
Your bag size is like my size, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see, and then I'll know just how much difference the 20 pounds makes. So there's how ridiculously big my bag is overstuffed. Now you can see it on somebody else, and his tiny little bag on me, and it's a huge difference. It's like I'm not even carrying anything.
This is relaxed bag, really. It's hip,
yeah, the hips. Yeah, when you tight. Yeah, when you tight, do it really tight.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Here's my room for the night. Mustafa is going to decide whether he stays or not. Took my bag most of the way, which was unbelievable. Even he struggled with it, so looks like I'm probably going to have to get a porter. I'm going to have a really rough day tomorrow on my way to Namche, which is 5 kilometers but 600 meters up, and then I'll spend the day there, and then I'll find a porter, I think, to take the bag I bit off more than I can chew for sure. If it was clearer, you could see the awesome mountain. This room is free with dinner. I'm gonna relax for a little bit, rest up because I'm still coughing and sore throat, and then I'll probably just pass out. Good morning. It's 5:30. I figured I'd better get an early start. I've got 5 grueling kilometers. Well, probably 2 odd grueling kilometers. Get to Namche Bazaar. Apparently the last 2 kilometers is just straight up for about 600 meters. Mustafa said he was struggling yesterday getting there. He exhausted all his energy carrying my bag. Now I'm stuck with it. When I get to Namche, I'll get myself settled and then try and square away a porter to carry the bag for me the rest of the way. That mountain is Thamserku. And what you're seeing is not what I'm seeing. Sadly, the camera cannot do any of these mountains justice. All right, let's hit the trail. Currently at 2800. Gotta go up to 34 for Namche. But there's a bunch of up and downs. Gotta cross some more suspension bridges. And then the grueling climb. I'm hoping to do this in about 5 hours. Figure the first few, if it's not so steep, can knock off pretty quick. If I can average a kilometer an hour, I'll be happy. This guy is carrying a goat. That's got to be heavier than 50 pounds. Not so much for starting early. The permits I got at the start of the trek are being checked here at the park, but they're not open yet. Started early and now I'm gonna end up waiting anyways. I don't even want to know how heavy and awkward that must be. Okay, after faffing about at the entrance to the gate, I'm through and starting a long descent down to the river and then make my massive climb back up. I'll be resting as much as this guy, probably more. How much can a roll of chain link fence weigh? This is Dinesh Kulong.
Yes.
He's carrying 85 kilos, so I shouldn't complain with my 22 kilos. He wants to trade. Okay, I just crossed over the last suspension bridge, the Tenzing Hillary suspension bridge, and now I've got it straight up forever. It's 8 o'clock, so I'm doing good. Get under a kilometer an hour, I'll be happy. Expect to be there sometime around 10ish then. The last little bit of the trail before the bridge was nice because there was no donkeys or yaks allowed, so you didn't have all the smell of shit everywhere. That's also the downside of having to smell it the whole time. Maybe a kilometer and a half left. So I'm hoping at least the last little bit will be somewhat flat. This must be what it feels like to be on Ozempic. All I've had was a half power bar and a little cookie in the last 4 hours. I have no appetite at the altitude, so maybe that's all they put in Ozempic is an altitude simulator. This man is the heaviest one yet, 100 kilos. Well, these goats are very hesitant to continue on, as I found out. It's their last journey. By the time I get to town, they could be in my stew. I'd be hesitant too. It's unfortunate the camera doesn't capture the spectacularness of the mountains. They're just ridiculously big. If you've done any mountain hiking in normal parts, then you know you hike, you look up, you can kind of see a summit, maybe some bigger summits around, but now imagine that. Now put one of these things another 2,000-3,000 meters behind them. It's insane. I'm 1 kilometer from town and only 100 meters elevation gain left, I think. I'm hoping we'll have some more gradual terrain and some flat spots. Time is 9:37. I should be close to my goal of 10 o'clock. Namche Bazaar. Ah, I did it. 2 hours, let's see. It is 10:03. 2 hours, like I thought. This has been by far the hardest thing I've done for trekking. I've done lots of hard treks, but with this weight and at this altitude, first job is find a room and then find a porter. I should have taken the guy up when I landed from the plane who wanted $15 a day, because I'll end up paying more here for sure. Good morning from Namche Bazaar. I don't think I signed off yesterday because I was so exhausted from that climb and the altitude. I just passed out, had a little bit to eat, and then passed out again. It's 6:30 in the morning. I'm in the backdrop of Hongdi-ri. As usual, it's more spectacular to me than it is to you guys. I'm pretty sure I managed to find a porter, and he should be showing up in a little bit. And that's going to make a huge difference, going from my 22 kilos down to maybe 3 or 4 that I'm going to carry in my bag. I'm still under the weather, coughing all night. Alright, going to grab some breakfast, finish packing up, and then we'll get back on the trail. He is my new porter for the rest of this trip. He's the one going to be carrying the big load while I carry the little load. There he goes with my bag. He's 56 and a grandfather. Off he goes. And he's exhausted. It's way too heavy even for him. Hopefully that does some justice to the mountain. Just past 8, and I guess everybody leaves at 8 o'clock because the trail is packed with people. As you can see. It was a super steep staircase climb getting out of town. Huge difference with just the backpack as opposed to the big bag. Still tiring at the altitude, but I can actually manage it. It's a nice change for a bit. Flat. This first part going to Tebouché is like this and then goes down, and then it'll be another big climb like I had to do yesterday. I may go to Pangbouché today. It's 13 kilometers and it's got a steep climb. It's pretty early, but I think I'll get to Tebouché fairly quickly. I've got this long steep descent to get me to cross the river, and probably the exact same kind of ascent. So this trail is one of the most up and downs of anything I've ever done. Welcome to Tebouché. I made it in 4 hours or so. My porter is somewhere behind me. I'm gonna have a rest here, and then I think I'm gonna head another 4K to Pangbouché. It's only noon. Alright, I'm in my nice pink room with my comfy warm bed. It's freezing in here because none of these tea houses have heat. Hopefully the sunny mountain is now in good view for you guys. It's almost 6. I just had dinner and I'm so pooped. I'm just gonna relax and probably pass out. Then I'll probably be up at 2 or 3 in the morning again like I was last night. Alright guys, we'll see you tomorrow.